Today we're going to talk about 10 things I wish I knew before I started freelancing. So I stumbled into freelancing when I quit my first full-time job at Uniqlo. And ever since, I've been freelancing for language translation and also software development. And here are the things I wish I knew. First, not all jobs are created equal. One of the benefits of freelancing is that you get to try many jobs, also unusual jobs. Just because it pays doesn't mean that you should do it. For example, I was doing Japanese and Chinese translation, and I got a request for translating Japanese pornography, and I didn't feel comfortable explaining to my roommate that this is for a job, so I didn't do it. Also, not all the jobs will pay the same. Since now machines are getting better and better at translating languages, translating language as a freelancing gig doesn't pay as well as it did before. For example, what I could do for translation, the work I put in for 1 hour for language translation can barely pay for my lunch money. Compared to what I do for software development, 1 hour of work could pay for 3 meals and more. Number 2, establish your personal brand as soon as possible. I used to think that a good resume or portfolio is good enough, whether that you're pursuing freelancing through a huge platform or through referral. Reputation is always the key. Besides letting your work speak for itself, how does new client find you? I'm not talking about buying ads for your website. I'm talking about using social media to help people. Because only when you try to help people, that people want to get to know you. For me, I started writing on a platform called Medium because I wanted to help those people in the same path in software development. So as it turns out, the people who read my article also wanted to hire me. If you're like me, producing content is always scary, but if your intention is to help people, good things will definitely happen to you in the future. Number 3, the people who you work with is important. There is a saying in Chinese that 一粒老鼠屎，坏了一锅粥. It literally translates into one rat poop ruins the whole pot of porridge. So it's basically saying that if you have one bad teammate, it will ruin the whole team. So great teammate will bring you glory and win you championships. Great teammate will make you feel that you want to work with them again as soon as possible. Sometimes you get to choose your teammates and sometimes you don't. I had the honor of working with the greatest project managers, software developers, designers, bosses. For the times that you cannot choose your teammate, you really have to dig deep into your EQ. Number 4, clients are people too. Clients are just people who needed professional help, and they understand that getting professional help will save them time and also lead to a better result. But clients are people too. They make mistakes too. Maybe they don't understand what you do, or maybe they forgot they mentioned some request they made before, or maybe they forgot to pay you. Although we always want a client who pays on time and have reasonable demands, but sometimes we just run into less desirable clients. So this is why project management is so important for big projects, so you can maintain a healthy expectation on both sides. Number 5, relationship over contracts. You cannot rely on contracts to build relationship for you. Some of my clients become my friends later. They always recommend me when they think of a new project that's coming up. So it is important to establish that relationship early on so that we have trust. No matter what the contract says, we will always find a way to make it work. So number 6, always be improving. Because freelancing is highly competitive, especially if you work with huge platforms, you pretty much are competing with the whole world. So you have to always be working on your craft and learning new skills to remain competitive in this world, which is also a good thing because you always are trying to be a best version of yourself. Number 7, freelancing is a good baby step towards entrepreneurship. If starting a company is scary to you, starting with freelancing will ease you into this process. Similar to a startup, you're selling a product, which is yourself. So you just think of yourself as a product and then you're providing service and time to the client. If you got your first client, you're profiting more than most of the startup in their first year. Number 8, you need to know a little bit of everything. Legal, accounting, management, marketing, sales are just a few things you need to know for freelancing. And of course, I didn't know any of this when I started, but this is the same reason why I like freelancing, because it offers you a way to learn more things. Number 9, it's a great way to experience different industries. Compared to a full-time job, freelancing will allow you to be exposed to more industry than usual. Ever since I started freelancing, I have worked in sports industries, luxury industries, retail industries, automotive industry, etc. Also, they come in different shapes and sizes. This is great because I can learn the different struggles that people have in different industries. Some business I wouldn't think it would exist, but there is a need for it. For example, I wouldn't think people pay $1,000 for earphones, yet people do it. Number 10, you don't need to quit your job. Unless if your employment contract says that you cannot have a second job, then yeah, you need to quit your job. I did quit my job before I started freelancing, but I did get my first software development freelancing gig through a ex-coworker of mine who I used to work with. My point is that if you do a good job in your full-time job, that can also build on your reputation, which will benefit you when you want to start freelancing. Hope this helped. If you're thinking about freelancing or you're already freelancing, tell me about the experience in the comment section below, and we will see you in the next one.